Hello everyone, my name is Nathan and today it's time for another episode of Factorio here in our step-by-step to Megabase series. In today's episode we need to make sure that we collect enough resources to apply everything we have planned. Right now we do have enough power together with our nuclear reactor here that is now running non-stop. But the one thing we're lacking mostly to get everything smooth is the copper, so that's going to be the first thing I'm taking care of. What I want to do is make my first addition here. So grabbing my blueprint for an addition here for the ore smelter should result in a proper expansion. Let's test this out, and maybe before I do anything else, let's build this station here and make sure it is correctly labeled. I'm not even sure what I labeled it here. Hopefully just a generic name. Oh, it is actually the iron ore. Okay, I have to remember that. Wait, we have to change it, right? It should be copper. Load copper. No, unload copper. Jeez, what am I doing? Actually, I should just copy this over. Okay. Yeah, that might be the wiser idea. I also have my buildertrons somewhere around here, so they can actually help complete this. And then I also want to build this station right away and copy over from below. Okay, now everything is correctly labeled and this should just result in a working station. Maybe something I should include in the blueprint is already 2 additional wagons, but I think we can just copy this over and then add another wagon here. Copy that over one more time, maybe give it some fuel. Yeah, just give me a little bit here. And now you can go. Okay. And now you can go. I'm still missing a little bit of stuff here. This is not unloading because it doesn't have the power. Ooh, I did not notice I'm actually going to require another pole here. Yeah, this is not good. I'd rather have it over here, to be honest with you. And now that I'm thinking about it, I might want to change other things. But there we go. Now we are properly unloading. This is what I wanted to see. And what I might want to change is move the balancer over to the right side of the rail. So it is kind of symmetrical here. Yeah, let me do that before everything comes in. I want to see my balancer right there instead. This is going to be better. And now all of these can just go inside. Okay, good. Now we already have double the amount of smelting power for the copper. It's still not going to be enough to sustain the entire module. We need at least 3 of those. And there is actually one of my fuel trains incoming. Very good, very good. Okay, that was actually really nice to be able to build this in one go. Let me just copy this over here and I'm gonna apply the same changes right there. Now to make it even more symmetrical, we could go in like so. Whoa. Stop building crazy stuff. Yeah, that's gonna make it super symmetrical. I love it. Good. I'm just going to go ahead and apply these changes over here to the other designs, including the designs over here. I want the steel smelting to be symmetrical, and then over here, of course, also the iron smelting. Then I'm going to adapt the blueprint, and today will also be an updated blueprint, though you will already have that earlier because I'm pre-recording quite a few episodes to be able to keep up with the schedule. Good. Now that we ramped up our production here in terms of copper plates, there are actually other things we're missing. Mostly petroleum, I would say. Yeah, we do have lots of light oil, we do have lots of lubricant, but petroleum is a rarity. This means it's time to start expanding some stuff here. Let me see. Where are we making petroleum? Well, I guess we're gonna just keep on going here. So I wanna grab this and just keep on pasting it. Yeah, the connections here are a little bit weird. But I want to have the possibility to create some more light oil here. And then, of course, also process the light oil. I don't think we have enough of these machines either. So copy that over as well. And that should ramp up our production already quite a bit. We can even increase the beacons. And I think I'm going to do one more of those like so. Now, of course, for this contraption to work, we cannot have these side connections. They will have to go. I can see certain modules are unpowered. And of course, that is wanted. Wait a second. How is this connection even possible? Do you see that? From here all the way to here? No, I guess it is possible. Never mind. Good. This is looking fairly good. The main thing that holds us off right now, the main bottleneck, is still the light oil. So I will just go ahead and do more. Let's maybe add 2 more of these guys with a bunch of beacons as well. And now all of these are going for it, and then I can see when I'm not getting stuck with the light oil anymore, then I have enough. And that means also all of the oil refineries can go for it and also produce additional petroleum for me. Now for a brief moment here, we are actually going down beyond the threshold that I set for this. So if we are going below the 20k of light oil, then I'm not going to be using it up. So it's going to turn it off occasionally. But the main indicator is of course going to be that all of these oil refineries can go to work. And then another indicator we can check is if this station here is full or not. So I'm going to give it a little bit of time in order to see if we can keep up, and probably in the meantime I'm going to go back here and set up some more beacons and stuff like that. Though I want to make sure I actually have beacons with me. Come to Papa. All of my buildatrons also have some modules. We should be able to do a good portion here. Right now I mostly need to speed up the production of the yellow signs packs, so that's my first mission here. Okay, I'm back. It is a little bit later and I changed most of the rails to be the 2-lane system for the time being with all the new blueprints. And of course, everything will be in the blueprint book. The thing that I'm currently missing in order to speed up the production is petroleum. I just cannot get it fast enough because I'm lacking the oil. So I figured we're gonna set up a bunch of blueprints here. First and foremost, we need to keep going here. So I'm just going to go ahead and expand this until we reach these oil spots. Like we have an oil spot right here and another one right there that I would like to tap into. Right down here we have our first oil spot, and within the blueprints I have set something up that we can use to branch off. Namely this 2-lane exit and entry. I can just use that to go from 2 rails to 1 in kind of a T intersection. So if I want to exit towards this side, I can set it up, and I can also set it up towards this side. It doesn't matter, which is nice. Then I'm gonna keep going here a little bit, and somewhere around here we're gonna be doing a U-turn. Maybe do something like that, turn around here, and we can go back up again. Now we're gonna grab the entry blueprint, and I can set this up on the height where we have the rail incoming. And just like that, I should have taken care of everything that is involved in this process. Let's remove these power poles. They will certainly be in the way. And then lastly, I'm gonna be needing an oil loading station. This I can, for instance, set up right here. The train can queue up past the curve. And to make sure this happens, I'm gonna set up another something here. Wonderful. Let's get these trains rolling. Both fluid wagons, of course. Maybe I should include that in the blueprint. We're gonna give them some initial wood to get started. And now I'm just gonna grab the data from this train here, paste it to mine, grab the data from the oil station as well, and paste it. Okay, so now we have oil. All we need to do is set up all of the pump jacks. We could set up productivity modules and then of course also a bunch of beacons. I think this might be worth it. I'm gonna get a bunch of substations in the joint, maybe just 3, and that is gonna allow me to place a couple of beacons strategically. I want to make sure each beacon at least hits 2 targets. Something like that. It doesn't need to be perfect. I don't think we're lacking the oil. There's another spot here, there's another spot there. So the beacons are just there to speed it up a little bit. Gonna get one line over here. That should already join into the tank. And then maybe to be on the safe side, we connect the other guys separately. Good. With that out of the way, we just have to hook it up somewhat like this. And this also needs power there. And now we're starting to fill up the cargo here. Let's see. We still need the speed modules. That, of course, is very, very important. Oh, I totally forgot to hook up the secondary pipe. Where should we hook this up to? I guess we could actually do it over here. I think that would be better. And now they can actually go all at full speed. But, you know, in due time, I might decide to go all out with the beacons. Just in my experience with the oil, it's not that dramatically necessary. But since oil spots never disappear, it might be worth it to go full out. Good. In a very similar fashion, I'm now going to hook up the second oil reservoir that we can find right here. Now, can we make it past the oil spots here even? I mean, this is completely in the way. Yeah, look at that. We don't even have to sacrifice anything. By the way, I'm so sorry. I'm totally sick at the moment. So I'm probably talking more out of my nose than anything else. Okay, nice. Looks like oil is now finally queuing up as well. This is good news. I just had to copy over another station here and now we should be able to safely go back. Gotta be careful here. There's a rail signal. Yeah, whenever we are branching off, we have to be careful, of course. Wonderful. Oil delivery has started. The only thing that's missing is some niftily placed beacons, but here it's gonna be slightly less convenient. And with that third station out of the way, I think we should have enough for the foreseeable future. Well, at least to supply this module, which means we can probably start to take care of other things, like this old copper deposit at the moment isn't being used. And we could quite easily hook this up to our existing rails. Good. Shortly after fixing the last problem, a new one arrived, and that is now we don't have enough iron. Or was that a problem before? I don't know, but I rectified it by adding a secondary smelter for the iron as well. No, wait, that is the copper. The iron is over here. It is not quite finished yet, but it is still already producing so that we can continue. My problem was that this line here is always being served last because it is the station furthest away, and therefore I wasn't producing any more modules. Not good. So I'm lacking behind this a little bit. However, maybe we can take care of another issue, and that is actually to get the empty fuel cells out of there. So if we check this out, we could just go ahead and get the empty fuel cells out. Though we need a filter stack inserter. Yeah, have that right here and filter out the empty fuel cells right there. This would then go onto a belt and we could ship it into a storage bin right there. Now, before robots are bringing stuff, set a filter as well. Nice, that is actually another problem out of the way. Now, as soon as my spider army returns, I think it already did. Yeah, there it is, the pink army. I think I want to reconfigure this. So right now I'm just waiting for the production to kick in again here. And while we do that, I'm gonna reconfigure my spider army. Basically, what I would like to see is a leader still, but the leader is gonna be configured differently. So maybe let's get some of this stuff out of here and also, yeah, disable personal logistics. The leader doesn't require a roboport. I'm gonna delete that logistics here. Yeah, we don't need all of this. The leader is just gonna come with a bunch of explosives. No, actually not even that. The leader is not gonna have any explosives because this guy here will take the damage and just lead the way. Therefore, what I need mostly is good power and then a lot of shields. So I think I'm even gonna go with this configuration. I don't know yet. This might actually be a little bit risky here. This consumes 360 watts at maximum and this produces 750. So we can support about 2 of them. I think with the pauses in between the fights, this might add up. So this is the leader. Next up, we're gonna configure the flank. Say the flank is also not gonna have any rockets. Yes. But they're gonna have the construction stuff and they're also gonna come with a lot of lasers. So even more than that. No, I'm also gonna get rid of the roboport here. Yeah, don't worry. In the end, it's all gonna make sense. So you get 2 batteries, then just 1 shield and then an awful lot of personal lasers. I don't think we're going to be able to keep this up. I wish the portable fusion reactor would be a little bit smaller. Maybe we're just going to skip the exoskeleton. I mean, it takes away precious space, but I mean, it's something going in the background. It doesn't really have to be fast. Yeah, screw the exoskeletons. That means you can go as well from the leader, and that is going to allow us to place 1 more shield and 1 more pair of batteries. This guy comes with only 1 shield and 5 personal laser defenses. And I want about 4 of these guys. So this one here is going to be copied over. And you give me... now I have too much stuff. But I managed to copy over the grid, so that worked. And what I want to do for these guys is to follow the leader. So this guy should follow the leader, and this guy here should also follow the leader. Now I'm gonna grab 2 more Spidertrons and configure them this way. This is the flank here. Copy that, copy that. Missing some stuff here. Yeah, I think if I have everything in my inventory, then I'm actually placing it. Okay, I get it. Those guys are also gonna follow the leader. And let me actually color them slightly differently. Then we'll have a 3rd type of spider that comes without lasers, but it comes with a roboport. We could probably do 2 roboports. That means we want 50 robots. That's good. 1 shield should be enough. And then maybe just for good measure, we're also going to be adding some personal laser defense. So this one here is going to be the one cleaning up from behind with the rockets. And it's also going to be building all of the stuff and also healing. However, this type here is going to follow the flank robots with the personal laser defense. Now I want to see at least 4 of these guys, so 3 more. And I'm gonna copy them over. Missing personal roboport, give me that. And now we can copy it over. Okay, nice. No, missing portable fusion reactor. Come on, good. You're gonna follow this guy. You are gonna follow this guy, and you are gonna follow this guy. Okay, now we got everything. The leader will be marked, and I could take my army and hopefully attack larger camps this way without worrying too much. We shall put this to the test right away. I'm going here, and then we can observe this for a bit. Okay, what is the situation in the meantime? Still not enough iron. Did we at least craft a little something here? Well, I do have the speed modules at least. Making my way over here in the hopes I can finish at least a little something more. Right now these furnaces are using up way too much material. 2 packs, yeah, a bunch I can distribute, not too many yet. Yeah, the iron is definitely a problem, but in good news, I have now placed all the beacons except for the science station. And apparently this little part here, I totally missed that. And this guy doesn't have any power. Oh no, that's not convenient. I guess we could do a little something here. Sure, why not? Just placing the last of the beacons here as well. And I guess we could already finish this since speed modules aren't a problem. Checking out the production rate at the moment, we are at 150, also consuming about 160 or so a minute. I totally lost power now. Okay, that just went overboard there. Looks like we're gonna have to go for another solar array, but you get the basic gist. More power, more resources. I'm gonna hook up everything I can see, and then once we used it up, we're just gonna eradicate what's left of it. Very rarely I will build over resources if they are extremely inconveniently placed, but mostly I'm gonna try to use them up. Once I have enough modules, I will also place a 3rd iron smelter, and a 3rd copper smelter. After that, we should have reached the point where we can fully support the module and therefore create the 450 science packs a minute. Alright guys, I'm back. It is about an hour or so later, and if I go ahead and check out the map, you can see lots of stuff has happened. I did place a whole bunch of solar panels, and I think right now we are not running out of power anymore. We're currently using 2.6 gigawatts, sometimes it is even 3, but I seem to be able to keep up easily. The only problem I have is, as long as I have the solar panels, the nuclear reactors don't seem to get utilized. So they only kick in when the solar panels don't have enough juice or something like that. So it's only really useful during the night and not permanently, but I guess that is okay. I mean, the solar power is free energy, right? Now we have a lot of stuff going on. Rockets are being launched, etc, etc. Let's have a look at the production here. Maybe the past minute we are producing 450 packs, or consuming them, I should say. Production rate is also at 450 at the moment, so that is good. If we check out the past 10 minutes, then it looks a little bit differently because I just reached that. The past 10 minutes I created about 400 packs or 380, and the past hour was 343 per minute. So we are consuming and producing an awful lot of modules, but it seems like I soon will have my goal reached of constantly producing 450 packs a minute, and we can barely keep up here with the demands of the resources. So I will have to make another addition here, for instance for the steel, to make this work. Yeah, I have to say, I'm pretty happy with this module, and now we are going crazy on the research, and it's going to be all about balancing resources. Ooh, okay, we still get into the yellow, so at some point I still don't have enough energy. This is really frustrating. I mean, tell me, how many solar panels do I have? 46,000 and 40,000 accumulators. What else do I need to do? Now, I did notice one thing. We do now get more train traffic than I first anticipated, and this actually makes me doubt my decision to go with a 2-way lane system. I might just go ahead and switch it to 4 lanes. The problem is something I always forget about Factorio, and that is the waiting of the train. So like a train waits here, and this guy now goes into the station, and the next guy will have to wait here until this guy here is completely tucked in, and only then it will go. And the same thing happens here before a important intersection, for instance. They sometimes have to wait before, and then they go, and then this guy here still waits. No, right now it went, But you can imagine there are many situations where this just doesn't work. So one way we could try to rectify that is by dividing this up somewhat more. So each of these has a separate color, and this might actually make it possible for the trains to keep going. So now what we should be seeing is this guy going up, and this guy not waiting. Yeah. So that is so much better already. Anyway, to wrap things up, it is time to test my spider. I already did the testing and I'm not happy. The problem is the guys with the lasers, they never get to do anything. So it's not extremely convenient. So despite the fact that these guys here have lasers, because the guys in the back are shooting so early, they just don't get to use the lasers. I don't know. Let's see it here. The first guy just takes the damage at this point, and then the back guys, they are shooting, and the middle guys, they are not doing anything because the only weapon they have are lasers, but I don't see any lasers shooting off. So this is slightly disappointing. Maybe we just have to go with the rockets and that's it. Okay, here we have a larger nest. That means the guys should at least come in range, but no lasers going on whatsoever. Maybe if we had a spider army without the rockets, just lasers, that might work. I guess that is a little bit disappointing, but not as disappointing as still losing the freaking power. What's going on here? Why aren't you moving? That doesn't make any sense. Look at that. There are some lights missing. Oh, man. Don't tell me that was one of the bigger issues. Look at that. That actually helped out tremendously. Now there can actually be two wagons at the same time. Okay. Anyway, you get the basic gist. We are now producing heavy stuff here. The past 10 minutes, let's check it out. 380. So we could say on average at the moment we're producing 400 per minute. And of course that is going to improve as soon as we start to improve our infrastructure. But with that out of the way, thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed today's episode. Have a great time and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.